morning. Alright, so I am back to share what I have done with all of the masses of folders that I purchased for back to school, and how I'm using them. Now, you all know, here's my binder. If you did not catch this video, yes, it is rather lengthy, but there is a surprise giveaway in it. So if you did not catch it, the giveaway is still open for the next couple of days. And yeah, I'm excited to gift the curriculum to one of my subscribers. But anywho, this is how I pretty much shared how I organized it, how I planned and set up everything for pretty much a week. I know it's a lot in the binder, but like I said, once I broke it down, it's really about only a week's worth of material. But this complements our book curriculum. So some of it they will do after they do book work, some of it they do before they do book work. So it just works out that way. I have enough. Some of it may actually carry over, so that I don't have to go in and print off. But the point was to come up with a system that I could easily refill folders, have everything at my fingertips. No more, miscopying things. Sometimes I would copy things 3 times instead of 2. I would file it in a file and then forget that I had it or couldn't find it because I actually put it somewhere else, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I came up with a way to kind of quell all that, and I love it. So check that out. But I'm going to share with you how we are using our modified workbox system. And I kind of talked about workboxes. Oh boy, I'll try to remember to link the video why we don't actually use workboxes. We use a modified system, okay? And I just broke it down for this year, and this seems to work beautifully. But yeah, in that video I really kind of went into detail why workboxes are kind of a fad, and then they become taboo. They don't really work for everybody, okay? And a lot of people don't take the time to research Sue Patrick's system. She devised a whole, she wrote a book on how to use it, and a lot of people are not using it the way she wrote it. They have modified it, which is fine, whatever works for your family. But this is more or less for my organization of having multiple children. And I think if there was only one, I probably would still do the same thing, just a way to keep organized. So keep watching. Alright, so up top here I have a key that tells them what color folder is for what subject. So we have orange for math, yellow for science, purple for Bible, green for geography, blue for language arts, and red for reading. Now, in the past couple of months, they were all using one folder, and they all had a designated color, and they all had a designated slot. Only this is 3 across, and I was trying to put all 4, so I had to come up with a way to be able to fit all of the folders, all of this in here, and it worked. So what I did was, first thing I did was paper the mailboxes, and so I just kind of recoded all of the colors because everybody had their own color. I think over here was blue, probably here was purple, and there was orange and green for the two little ones. So I split it up. And I do have the days of the week over here, but that's not really that important. I just put it there. But what I have done up here, this is for loading. This side is for loading, and they know this whole side is mine. This is where they start in the middle. This is where they end. Okay, so this is where we are today, and you can see there's some pretty much everywhere. So what happened was I purchased all of the folders. I purchased the poly ones and the paper ones because I really didn't know which ones would be available in which color, so it was kind of 2 trips, but I ended up getting a set in poly and paper. And of course the poly are a bigger investment, but hopefully these will last in the long run, so I don't have to repurchase year after year. They will last. If you know something does happen, they will have to use a paper folder. And all in all, their paper folder did hold up pretty well for the year. But that is what I did. So first thing I do is I load them. So typically everything starts over here in the loading zone. And you see everybody has, everybody's folder goes into that one loading zone. So everybody does not have an individual cubby. There are 4 of the same colors in that one mailbox. Whole lot simpler. And when they're finished, this one happens to be empty. This one is science. It happens to be empty. How I load them, I showed you guys in the binder what goes in them. Science happens to be a group activity, and it's usually some sort of craft or notebooking page, and that goes in their science notebook. I will go into the notebooks sometime next week because we have still been using them and they've been working lovely, and hence I had to get more notebooks. But that's what's in there. So it's empty, and we don't always do a notebooking page, but when it's something that I want to keep, something I want to keep out of basically the abyss, I don't want to, you know, get rid of it. I will make sure that it's something nice that they can put in their notebook. Otherwise, we are still doing fusion science. Okay. What else? Okay, so I'm all empty, but I'm getting ready to reload some things. Their clipboards all went at the bottom, and here we have math. And like I said, everything you saw in the binder, that's what goes in here. This is for the 2-year-old. Here's her little math packet, and so she can work on this throughout the week. Same thing with the 4-year-old. She works on hers throughout the week. The twins have the same thing. They get a packet in here, and this is all in addition to their actual math text book. So we will alternate days. It just depends. If I put this in here on Monday, this is a fairly easy lesson or unit on measurement, so they may do this in one day, and that's fine. It would probably take them maybe a half an hour measurement. There's some cutting and pasting, I think, or some cutting, yeah. So these are things that they like to do, and we learn all about measurement, and it's actually a kind of a review because we touched on measurement last year, or towards the end of the year. So February, March, April of this year. And then I always keep a dry erase sheet in here so they can practice their math facts in addition to their actual lesson. So that's what's in there. Let's see. Green. Okay, this is geography, and they have their flag of Russia. Same thing. These things go into their notebooks. Okay, we're still doing the virtual co-op for the geography, the galloping the globe. We will turn that into cantering the states, U.S. here shortly. But that's what goes in here. Okay. So everybody has their country, their animal, and whatnot. And what I did in the notebook, like I said, it looks like a lot, but a lot of it was copied ×2 or ×4, depending on who needed the lesson, because I wanted to see how much paper it would take to get all this prepped. And it really was not that bad. You know, all in all, it wasn't that bad. It's, like I said, it helps me tremendously. So, okay. That's what's in geography. And then we have for language arts, for baby girls, her beginning sounds. Sheets are in here. That's what's in here. She gets her little phonics lessons in here. And because she likes a folder too, I didn't want to exclude her. So I do pull hers out. For the twins, this is their Evan Moore Everyday Literacy. I am copying the lessons, and then they get their spelling from the curriculum that I showed you for the 2-year-old, the giveaway curriculum. That's what's in here. They also have their spelling book that they do. So Monday comes, they may want to start with this 3-page spelling, or they may want to go ahead and do, it's usually 3 to 4 pages in their actual spelling work text. It usually only takes them 2 days for spelling, and they've got it. I throw in some grammar in here, and that way they have, you know, a little more throughout the week to work on. We're working on abbreviations, things like that, periods. So that's in there. Let me see, let me pull out the 4-year-olds. She is also doing some of these things. Teachers Pay Teachers. This is TLS books. So I give her a mixture of things as well that she has for language arts. It's part of the curriculum. So a lot of phonics-based things. Reading, we're working on reading, and she's doing very well with her reading. So I include things like this in hers. So it's really only the 2 and the 4-year-old get split between this curriculum. But it all works out. The twins actually get the same thing. So, alright, so red folders. Everybody has a red folder. The baby's books, she does not have an actual red folder. I just pull her books and I have them in a separate place. And I do something different. I'm going to come back and kind of go through her workbox. We were using the drawer unit. We're still using that. And I did have some questions on updating. And so, yes, I will go back to that and show, because I only showed the nursery rhyme portion in the first video. So I'll go back and show you what's in there. Red folders. Hence the color red. So that means they have read it. So what happens is, every week I put in 5 books. And this is the 4-year-olds. So if you guys remember, I did a summer book haul. These books came in handy. Okay, so that's what's in here. Read, that means they have read it. They get 5 books. They are to read 1 book a day. They can read more because I do get that all of the time, especially with my son. He will read all 5 in 1 day. So I need some more books. There's not enough books in our library. He has read pretty much everything. Hence, I'm moving up his reading level in chapter books. In the curriculum came the reading log, so they color a book for every book that they read, and they write down. Actually, I write down what's in it. So that is in their red folder, and they pretty much will start with this in the morning after their Bible, after we do our morning Bible devotionals and things like that. They'll start with that, and they'll just come and read to me, individually. So that is what's in here, and we just, once they fill it up, we keep it going, and I give them another one. There's probably some extras in here. Yeah. And then I give them a bookmark also. Sometimes we have little potty breaks in between. We may have snacks in between, and they will use their bookmark. But that's what's in here. And it's not so much that they cannot read these books. Some of them we are just using pretty much for comprehension and review, and just to keep them reading every day without overwhelming them. I don't want to stick a big chapter book in here if they're not wanting to read it. I want them to read, so every day I will give them something to read. And that is pretty much it. So after, let me see, oh wait a minute, we have Bible. Okay, here's Bible. The little one gets something completely, well, not completely different, but along the same lines. She does her tracing of her shapes. And let me show you the twins. This was a lesson on the start of the 10 Commandments. And it is empty because they have a Bible notebook, and the twins also have a Bible journal. So I will share in the notebooking video what is in their journal. But that's what's in here. They all have the same page because it was the same thing. But yeah, that's pretty much how I have been separating things. And like I said, these folders, to split it up, work tremendously, because to give them one big folder with a whole bunch of things, it kind of, it's overwhelming, and they feel like, I don't want to do another page. And here it's just broken down. Excuse me. It's easier for me to go through and just see, once I locate where I need to, fill in things, and they know how to put them back. The system works. It works nice. If I didn't have this system, I would possibly use, I would have stuck with the drawer system. But I have the notebooks in the other system, and the pull-out drawer system. And like I said, it's all kind of works. It works out beautifully. So hopefully this has been helpful. And one more thing, their binders. You guys know I had said I've used half of the binders. The kids each still have their own binder. I just upgraded them to the ones I purchased. I will share in another video coming this week as well, or next week as well, what is in their binder. They have some things in their binder, their morning binder, and it's pretty much, they pretty much use it throughout the day. They can use it during downtime, they can use it in the morning. Some days are lighter than others, and that's all they want to work in, and that's fine. So like I said, if you have a system, organization, workbox videos, what have you, please share with me if you found this helpful. If you would like to see, on a regular basis what's in here, just shoot me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, let me know that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.